What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God, King Jesus, Yahweh, for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, welcome to Post Scoring 101. Today I'm going to be going into detail on every single aspect of when it comes to my personal playstyle on the post scoring, the interior, and overall just how I play when it comes to being a big man. So I'm going to be showing you everything from my post scoring tips all the way to my animations, attributes, the boost I buy, badges, all of that. But before we get any further, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. So the first thing that we're going to go ahead and do is get into the breakdown of the actual build. As you can see on the top of the screen, when it comes to this build today, I'm using a 7'2" center with the weight of 245 and a 7'8" wingspan, which definitely does help out on the defensive end. Now, the main attributes in which I require for this kind of build and any type of true post score: a 90 standing dunk, same thing for the post control, 73 when it comes towards our driving dunk, just so that we were able to get extra dunk packages. Now, for the mid-range and three-pointer, 79 or 78 is going to be perfect. You can even go as low as 75, especially taking into account when you add boost. Activate your takeover, that's easily going to take this anywhere from the low 80s to high and mid 90s. Now, with our free throw, this is going to be perfect. I do recommend Kobe Bryant free throw. Now, for the pass accuracy, 75 is going to be more than enough, especially with boost taken into account. Then with the 58 ball handle, this is to get most of the normal dribble packages, and on top of that, if you add boost, this is going to go from the 50s into the 60s, and the speed with ball, I'm not worried about this at all. Now for the defensive end, 75 and above for the interior just to be a presence, 62 for the perimeter. This is essential to be able to guard any type of position. Now for the steal, this is really going to help out with those passing lanes and getting more steals. And when it comes towards our block, I was able to unlock unlimited block attributes and boosts, which is why I do have a 91 or up to a 92. For the offensive rebound, 57 with boost will take you into the 60s with a 99 plus defensive rebound if you activate your takeover. Now look, the 50 speed, this is not going to affect you, same thing with the acceleration, but you do need to go with a 92 strength to be able to bully down low, 75 vertical to get those extra dunk packages with an 89 stamina. But remember, if you do your Gatorade facility workouts, you get a +4 put towards all of these areas. Now, as you can see, generally, the boosts that I like to run are the jump shots, layups, and dunk packages with the steals, and of course, I did get unlimited blocks on this build. The rebounding and ball handling really comes down to what kind of game mode I'm playing, but generally, I do like to buy the first 3 or 4 boosts. Now, as far as for the badges, this is what we're going to be working with when it comes towards our Tier C badges. Moving into Tier B, we also get a few others. The main one that I like here is going to be Gold Dream Shake. This is going to be clutch because it does allow you to break ankles as a big man. Now, Immovable Force is another one of my favorites. For Tier A, you're going to see just how well I use Aerial Wizard. Also, you get Gold Back Down Punisher, Hall of Fame Post Spin Technician, Gold Pogo Stick. Then we do get Interceptor and Bronze Chase Down Artist. Now, moving into the Tier S badges, these are going to be some of the best ones. We get Gold Anchor, Bulldozer, Drop Stepper, and Rise Up are essential together. Then you also get Rebound Chaser, Brick Wall, Break Starter to help out on the defensive end. And then for the badge perks, this is generally what I like to run with. So when it comes towards our jump shot, I'm going to show you exactly what I've created. I have been using this since October. So when it comes towards this jump shot, I'm using Dwight Powell as my lower base. Upper release 1, I'm going to go with Marquise Chris, and then upper release 2, I go with Tyler Cook. For the blending, go with 92% for Marquise Chris as well as 8% for Tyler Cook. And this is what the jump shot should be looking like. Now really, if you go ahead and put your jump shot timing to jump, I think that's going to be the best allowed for this build. When it comes towards the dunking, I'm going to show you my packages here. So I've been using these since September. As you can see, when it comes towards our dunks with 2 feet, this is really all based off personal preference. I'm not going to go with anything here. As far as for the 1-footers, I do like the reverse dunks, the tomahawk. You can also go with basics. Under the leg is definitely one of the fastest dunk packages to acquire, and then also 360. Now when it comes towards the standing dunks, you need to make sure that you go with rim pulls. You also get elite standing bigs as well as pro standing bigs. Getting a little more down the line, I didn't go with any signature ones, but you gotta go ahead and put on pro alley-oop packages, the flashy, as well as big contacts. Now for the ones off 2 feet, I did mention you can go about these to your own preference and playstyle, but overall to get the most bang for your buck, I truly do believe the 1 foot moving dunks are the best packages to pick from, especially for a big man and inside the post. You can really go about this to your own preference and liking, but I think these are going to be the better animations to work with. So let's go ahead and get started with some of these clips. I'm going to be showing y'all the most elite gameplay as well as the best tips that you can go after. So when it comes to being a big man, especially when you're inside of the post, one thing that a lot of defenders tend to fall for is going to be that pump fake. Considering that you have a high standing dunk with a little bit of a mid-range, you can hit a pump fake from the outside, go ahead and drag your defender in for a jump. As soon as they jump, I'm telling y'all, you're going to be able to go up and under for an easy dunk or layup. Now I'm showing y'all that right here in the clip. As you can see, I'm backing my opponent down, show the pump fake, he jumps, and then boom, I have a wide open lane to myself. Now that's one of the best tips that I do have for y'all. Pump fakes are definitely one of the best ways to score an open bucket. Now when it comes towards other ways to score, you have elite standing contact dunks, y'all. Be aggressive when it comes down to being down low, especially if you're using the build that I have on screen. As you can see, if there's nobody in the paint, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be able to get that contact dunk animation. Now especially when it comes to defending and playing against bigger and beefier defenders, one thing that you definitely want to make sure that you are using is your strength to your advantage. Whether or not they're matching your strength, I promise you, any type of center, do not go away from what you are used to. Ultimately, if you have the attributes that I did show for the defensive end, I think you're going to be good in just about any situation given. Now if you're using this build in the 5v5 setting, you're going to get double teamed a lot, but I'm telling y'all, if there is no help, whether or not the help is actually there, use back down Punisher to your advantage, and then also drop stepper. Those two badges together, I'm telling you, as you can see, even with no help showing, they're trying to bait me right here. I'm able to get the animation and not only get him down in the post, but dunk on his teammate. Now the number one thing that I feel like everybody needs to understand is that you are the most dominant force on the floor at all times. Especially taking into account with the interior badges that we did get, this is one of the best builds to take into any game mode. Now if you're using this build more for the ones, I'm telling y'all, you have a lot of advantages at your arsenal, especially considering once you activate your takeover, you have pretty much the ability to get a contact dunk every single time going down the road. Now I've definitely learned that drop stepper is one of the best ways to fake out your opponents. Once you get them in the animation and your opponent is falling down, you're definitely able to either score, pump fake to get them jump and draw a foul, or you can even go further and hit them with an alley-oop animation. Now I'm going to go further down the line to show y'all exactly what I mean, but as far as when it comes to situations like you're seeing on screen, a lot of 1v1 game modes is what I like to play when it comes to being a center. Now if you know about that Dream Shake badge, I'm telling you, you're going to be able to break ankles at ease just from spamming not only the right stick, but from being able to learn different post-scoring animations. You're going to become a much better interior player. Now if you learn how to use your pivot foot, I'm telling y'all, this only opens up the game a whole lot more. Now we're a little bit more past when it comes towards the animations of the post scoring. Let me go ahead and show y'all how good this build can be when it comes to getting ankle breakers. So look, if you get that sharpshooting takeover, this is the secret ankle breaking takeover, y'all. Weirdly enough, out of the sharpshooting takeover, anytime you do a step back, you're going to see on screen just again, we're able to break any opponent's defenders. It does not matter if they're a lockdown, if they're playing up on you, easily ready for a clip. As you can see right here, does not matter the position you are in as long as they are at least within a foot of you. Hit them with that step back, easily an ankle breaker every time. And if you're a post scorer, I think this is something very useful to know, because adding that to your game is only going to make you a much better offensive player. Now once you activate that Mamba mentality badge, that really takes this build to the next level. And as you're going to see right here with the badge Dream Shake, just on the gold tier, I'm able to hit him with a post scoring move, break his ankles, and not only that, but finish at the rim with a contact dunk. This is one of the most elite builds, I'm telling y'all. I want to be sure that anytime I make a build, I show y'all the exact playstyle behind it and the best ways to go about it. As a big man, one of the most overpowered badges that you can use is Aerial Wizard. Now you're going to see in a lot of these clips, even when it comes to doing certain post-scoring moves, not only am I able to get myself out of them because I'm throwing an alley-oop to myself, but let's say you're forced to pick up the dribble. As you can see in some of these clips, if you get enough room to allow yourself to throw yourself an alley-oop, that's going to allow you to not only get a better clip, but overall allow you to get out of certain situations and score. Now that's just about everything of what I can feed for y'all today. If you want a part 2, let's go ahead and get this video to 100 likes and I most definitely got y'all. If you need any info, have any questions, be sure to leave them down below in the comment section. I will be replying to each and every one of you. But before we get out of here, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.